Since early childhood, people have been studying the world of animals because it is very informative yet interesting. Even though we have a lot of information about some of them, others are so rare that researchers have yet to learn about their origin and way of life. In this episode, you'll see the most unusual situations with animals captured on camera. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss even more interesting episodes. In this situation, the main thing is not to confuse anything. Otherwise, aversion to bananas is guaranteed for life. Kim Kardashian would be jealous, and the surgeon's scalpel did not touch these buttocks. Pay attention to how carefully the stork covers the female so that she does not freeze. Every year they migrate to South Africa for the winter and return back to Europe in the spring. Even though such a way of taking photos is not the safest yet charming one, just look at how the bear poses and gently hugs the girl. I wonder what the ticket price for this ferry is. If the fishermen wanted to relax and find peace at their favorite pasture, then they definitely chose the wrong place. These fish decided to make it more active. American scientists claim that the cause of contagious yawning is in the social nature of man. Obviously, this also applies to cats. It seems these people have completely forgotten who is the owner of this beach. When you've plunged into the world of a movie and you've already lost touch with reality. I want to treat him with something. It's very unfair to deprive this dog of the slightest chance to try a barbecue. Pets often resemble their owners. The COVID-19 pandemic and quarantine affected the mental health of not only people, but also animals. Just look at how this lizard washes its paws. We all have days when the last thing we want is to be photographed. The elephant could not verbally tell us about its mood, so it just showed it by its actions. Penguins look clumsy yet charming. People adore them, and they are used to such attention. In this case, having a grace of a cat yet the dexterity of a potato takes on a literal meaning. By building a trusting relationship with your animals, you can win their loyalty and love. This cow clearly enjoys hanging out and playing with its owner. This big guy has never missed a workout in the last year, therefore its shape is amazing. Now, look at the empathy level of this chicken. It is such a vulnerable and sensitive soul. These marmots are so impatient that their activity makes the eye twitch. It seems to be the cutest giraffe we've ever seen. And what else can you do in these hot summer days? I understand these guys perfectly. Now we have a life hack on how to entertain your cat with what you have. If it seems to you that the dolphin's tail is weak, pay attention to what it is actually capable of. It is a great feeling when you complete several planned tasks at once, the car is shining, and the dog is clean and very joyful. This is entertainment for an amateur. It looks too extreme. The groundhog is a small and harmless animal, but just look at its stern look. It is unlikely that they will want to deal with it now. Just look at this huge guy. This is an Indian buffalo, and there are only 25,000 of them in the world. Have you ever seen such a daring turtle that is too fearless and is sure that it has several lives? Why waste your strength if you can use horsepower? This cat is ready to delegate even such functions as walking on the ground. I think that tigers look less graceful than their domestic relatives because of their size. But as soon as something tasty appears in the field of view, the predators demonstrate amazing jumps. This dog knows that children need to be taken care of and play with them. Animals love entertainment no less than people. This bear decided to take a ride on the children's slide, but it turned out to be too slow, which upset it very much. What's so special about it? It's just a gorilla riding a bicycle. Although there are those who will not believe it and will claim that it is a man in an animal costume. Even such a small four-legged guard can scare off an elephant. It is unclear which of them was more afraid of eye contact, the bear or the owner, who was resting and did not suspect anything. A freedom-loving and very agile goat is not going to stay on the other side of the fence. It likes the company of the owner. You're not you when you're hungry. The turtle was attracted by the cat's paw, which she got close to and began to taste. They forgot that a cat has 7 lives, but it doesn't. It is difficult to comprehend and understand what is happening in this photo, but it looks creepy and intimidating. What was she thinking of? This girl in Yellowstone National Park decided to risk her life and take a selfie with a huge bison. Fortunately, it was in a good mood that day. This dog must be a great football player because its paws look the same. If it goes like that, he will eat his banana for a long time. If it's a sea lion, does it mean it belongs to the feline family? In this case, the reaction of these dogs is not surprising. Mom should take this baby under its warm wing because this lonely feather will definitely not save it. Perhaps this was the plan of the descent to the first floor. There's a reason why turtles symbolize wisdom. That's exactly what fun looks like for a frog. It seems that the cat was very tired of the baby's cries, so it decided to take the situation into its own paws. The inhabitants of the sea, birds, and nature in this video have become parts of an incredibly beautiful picture. The cow did not miss the opportunity to go for a massage and relax. Even animals understand what a violation of traffic rules is fraught with. Garbage sorting is becoming more and more popular all over the world. Now even birds are involved in preserving our planet. It looks like this clam is checking the situation to make an escape. Defending themselves from predators, deer create a circle of very clear structure. Elderly individuals, females, and cubs are placed at the center, while strong and young deer run with their horns exposed. This horse does not share food, no matter how hard the dog tries and asks. It will never get even a piece of it. I envy these bears. I also want to lie down carefree and not to think about any problems. Their only problem is the people who stare at them all day long. How do you like those innocent eyes? I think it can be forgiven anything. These are fighters for justice, or for proper parking. When you care and sincerely love animals, they usually reciprocate. This man became the best friend and foster father of 19 lionesses. This man has been caring for elephants for many years, and then life separated them for 14 months. One might have thought that their relationship was changing, but fortunately the animals recognized and greeted him. Let's start with the fact that animal hybrids can be found both in the wild and in captivity. The development of biotechnologies requires the solution of an increasing number of ethical issues. First of all, whether a person has the right to interfere in evolution. Another reason why the ocean is considered a dangerous place is the great white shark. It is one of the largest predatory fish existing on Earth. Just one look at it simply freezes the blood in your veins. You can feel its incredible power and cruelty. Two dogs not only figured out how to slide down the pipe, but also managed to play inside it. If you ever doubted the mental abilities of cats, here is another argument in their favor. The more friendly we are to animals, the more often they reciprocate. This iguana deserves the attention of some magazines about nature or animals, and it knows how to pose. The brave dog definitely deserves praise because it saved a young fawn. The horse was so scared of something in the water that it jumped really high. Fortunately, the owner wasn't on its back, but stood next to her. Otherwise, everything could have ended tragically. The goose attacked the tiger cub and made it run away. After a couple of years, this bird is unlikely to be that brave. This dog is a worthy member of the team. The owner definitely never regretted that he taught it to play, and it became not just a pet, but also a companion in volleyball. Tell me honestly, would you also like your dog to not only bring slippers, but also be able to perform such everyday tasks? Do you know what is this amazing animal? I'm very curious to know who the lover of bodily contact and scratching the tummy is. Not only pets deserve love and care, the bull even closes its eyes with pleasure when the owner strokes it. The friendship between them lasts for years, since the birth of the inhabitant of the sea. This diver can play and pet it almost the same way as others do with their cats and dogs. For most, meeting a bear is a huge stress, let alone such close contact. You may think that this honey lover wants to eat a man, but in fact, this is how it shows its feelings. On one hand, to see a whale so close is a once-in-a-lifetime event. On the other hand, if the animal made one sharp movement, the canoe and the guy would suffer a lot. While being next to such a giant, a person seems to be only a small grain of sand in his world. It is a very beautiful sight, but few people would dare to swim here. For the most part, stingrays are quite peaceful. They are not the first to attack a person. However, they are armed with tails with spikes where all poison glands are located. These seals were lazily resting on the shore when suddenly an uninvited guest appeared among them and spoiled their holiday. It is difficult to determine the smartest creature among dogs or dolphins because they have different behaviors. As for the ability to communicate, even if friendship knows no boundaries, this dog was suspicious of dolphins. The Hisar breed is one of the largest existing breeds of sheep, which was bred in Tajikistan. Its main feature is the presence of unusual buttocks, which are ideal storage of nutrients and fats in case of prolonged hunger. Elephants love to swim, cool down, and splash in the water, so when the baby saw this man in the lake, it immediately decided to join. Can you imagine such a way of time spending? What an amazing story happened to them. The veterinarian saved this hippo when it was only 1 month old. However, years later it recognized its hero and was very happy to meet him again. Not only people but also dogs admire killer whales. As you can see, they like watching beautiful and strong marine predators. Residents of one of the villages in Africa had to move after the incident. They claimed that their settlement was attacked by an unprecedented creature similar to a dragon. Because of this method of movement, these wonderful animals always seem cheerful. Such a slight misunderstanding led to the conflict of these turtles. It seems that this fish is yawning in a funny way. However, do not forget that nature has awarded the Napoleon fish with strong teeth hidden under fleshy lips, with which it can split the shells of crabs and mollusks, let alone human fingers. Young penguins, even if they have not yet managed to acquire the majestic appearance of adults, already know how to stand up for themselves. They don't want to see a cat on their territory, so they quickly scared it away. Once upon a time, this woman saved a little lion cub named Jupiter from the cruel treatment and terrible conditions of the circus. After many years, she had to intervene in its fate and find a better home for it. Albino seals are extremely rare. Experts believe that the chances of an albino being born are 1 in 100,000. Because of this feature, the baby has poor eyesight, and there is a risk of becoming an outcast. It is always amazing to meet someone friendly on your way, especially if it's such a charming bear. Of course, you can decide that this is how they demonstrate their favor, but researchers claim that bears repeat actions that most often lead to getting some kind of food. From time to time, cases of mass death of cows occur in different parts of the world. The reasons for this can be different, from infectious diseases to animal cruelty. At the same time, it is always a tragedy for the owners, and such incidents are usually investigated by law enforcement agencies and animal rights defenders. This duck has built its nest right in the trunk of a tree. Hardly anyone could have imagined that so many ducklings could live in such a secluded place. For some breeds of sheep, the mountainous regions offer the most suitable climatic conditions. They are happy to graze on the green slopes and can easily conquer the peaks. Children love to study the animal world. This baby is extremely happy because he is watching the migration of an army of crabs from the ocean to land. Gibbons form a fairly extensive genus of great apes. Its main features is a bag on the neck, on which there is no wool, and which inflates when shouting. Communicating with a horse, a child not only develops his basic skills, but also expands the boundaries of the world and gets the experience of new communication. This kid managed to quickly establish contact and very touchingly show his sympathy for the animal, which turned out to be mutual. The owner of this huge mouth is the Goliath grouper. It has an insatiable appetite, grabs the prey with its sharp teeth, uses its powerful suction force, and swallows most of the prey whole. One of the indigenous peoples of America has an unusual tradition when a wild horse race is held once a year in memory of a cowboy who died young. In general, you can see such a situation in movies where an elf is riding on a deer. As you can see, reindeer are quite capable of transporting people even in real life. Even though this is a very difficult matter and is common only in some areas of our planet, thanks to such an experience, you can feel yourself in a real winter fairy tale. When you take a closer look, it seems that the head of this creature has an unearthly origin. This is a large-headed turtle. It differs from other species by the presence of a large hard shield, because of which it cannot pull its head and limbs under the shell. Of course, everyone knows about the friendliness of dolphins, but this is a special case. The animal is very attached and just loves spending time with the diver. We are all used to seeing small jellyfish on the shores of the seas, but there are also deep-sea giant jellyfish. According to experts, the size of their dome is about a meter, and the poisonous tentacles can reach more than 10 meters in length. Their color is extraordinary, from dark purple to black. The roosters seem to be checking how patient this cat is. However, this cat is not the most patient one, so it was ready to show who is the boss. Curiously, the cow imitated the behavior of people. It figured out that it would be faster to get down this way. Was it a coincidence? Baby sloths are touching, but what people like even more is the sounds they make. A camel is a proud and self-respecting animal. If it doesn't like someone, it will definitely demonstrate it. Oh. This man underestimated the crab, and it was a painful mistake. It happens that the eternal myth of the enmity of cats and dogs collapses. They can get along well and trust each other. The bird clearly does not like visitors and tries to build personal boundaries in every way. Chameleons are able to disguise themselves so skillfully that sometimes it is very difficult to notice them. Of course, only if you do not find the right motivation for them to come out. Dogs on a skateboard are something well known for a long time. As it turns out, there are also parrots who skillfully skate and even overcome obstacles. I didn't think hamsters were so huge. And how many nuts did you count? Is this really what black magic looks like? Please like this video if you are also confused. And this is a slightly psychedelic duck drift. It seems that the birds decided to show people everything they are capable of. Grooming is not just a profession, it's a vocation. I hope this dog is happy with the new hairstyle. In such cases, it is better not to make sudden movements so as to not frighten the animal. After all, these pictures are simply excellent. Most people think that rats crawl through garbage cans every now and then. In fact, they are very clean animals. Just don't try to count these sheep, otherwise you will fall asleep and not watch our video till the end.